the context of the Holy Year, on this special occasion of the Jubilee of the educational world, always in need of role models and examples to follow. Your Holiness has decreed the proclamation of St. John Henry Newman as a doctor of the Church, recognizing his decisive contribution to the renewal of theology and to the understanding of the development of Christian doctrine. John Henry Newman was born in London in 1801. At the age of 24, he became a minister of the Church of England, undertaking a fruitful and effective preaching ministry, especially within the University of Oxford. His sermons, rich in learning and theological depth, reveal an uncommon gift for communication, as well as a serious commitment to study and reflection. In 1845, the year he published the essay on the development of Christian doctrine, he reached the decision to enter the Catholic Church. Having received priestly ordination 2 years later, he returned to Birmingham, and with the opening of an oratory in Egmaston, inaugurated the presence of the Congregation of the Oratory of St. Philip Neri in England. In the early years following the foundation, he served as rector of the Catholic University of Ireland in Dublin, and in 1879, Pope Leo XIV created him a cardinal, allowing him to continue living at the Egmaston Oratory until his death. He concluded his earthly days there on the 11th of August in 1890. Cardinal Newman's penetrating insight and prolific writing, we owe a great number of works composed in various literary genres: sermons, treatises, novels, poems, through which he addressed theological and philosophical themes of his time and transcended temporal boundaries, anticipating developments that would later be realized in the ecclesiology of the Second Vatican Council. To his Anglican period belong his sermons, his lectures to the teachers and students of Oxford, his appeals for church reform, his lectures on the doctrine of justification, and his recollections of the great figures of the Church Fathers, their doctrine and spirituality. From his Catholic period, fundamental works include his efforts to dispel the prejudices of his contemporaries toward the Church of Rome, a treatise on Mariology, the Apologia pro Vita Sua in 1864, where he recounted his journey to Catholicism, the Grammar of Assent, a philosophical work in which he argued for the reasonableness of the act of faith, as well as his letters, diaries, and poems. For the spiritual depth of his writings and the sensus ecclesiae that distinguished him, he's been described as a mystic of great modern relevance for our time. 6 years ago, the late Pope Francis named John Henry Newman in the list of the saints, and subsequently the Bishops' Conference of England and Wales, with the fraternal support of the Church of England, together with numerous other episcopal conferences, religious orders, communities, and associations, became the voice of the request to grant the Holy Cardinal the title of Doctor of the Church. And in this regard, after a careful study of every aspect of the matter, and following the favorable opinion of the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith, on the eminence of his teaching, the plenary session of the cardinals and bishops of the dicastery for the causes of saints expressed a positive opinion, which Your Holiness confirmed on July 31st, earlier this year. And now we will hear the formula of proclaiming St. John Henry Newman, a doctor of the Church. Pronounced, of course, by Pope Leo XIV here.
Nos vota plurimorum fratrum in episcopatu.
We, having obtained the opinions of numerous brothers in the episcopate and of many of Christ's faithful throughout the world, have consulted the dicastery for the causes of saints, after mature deliberation and with certain knowledge, and by the fullness of the apostolic power, declare St. John Henry Newman, Doctor of the Universal Church, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. We just heard that proclamation pronounced by Pope Leo XIV there in London.